Hey gang, most of us have been trained through our educations to avoid making mistakes, which often result in adopting a more conservative approach, trying to avoid them at all costs, or in some cases, even hiding them from our management. The worst part is if you're not capitalizing on those mistakes as a learning opportunities. This is something I've observed repeatedly in people I've managed over the years. When they experience a failures, whether it's a big or a small one, they often don't use it as a springboard to move forward and improve. I am Denis. Let's explore what is a fail forward to move forward, why this is a mindset that is vital for your career, and how you can leverage it to propel you to a new level. The fail forward to move forward mindset is an approach that encourages learning from failures and using those lessons to make progress. It's about viewing failures as an opportunity for growth rather than a setback. What I've observed during my 30 years of experience is that people tend to deal with setbacks in three distinct ways. The first one is people who fail forward. These individuals truly understand the value of learning from their mistakes and adopt a fail-forward mindset. They don't view setback as a failures, but as an opportunity to grow and enhance their toolbox. They really embrace setbacks as a stepping stones to improvement. And there's people who fail on the side. These individuals, they don't learn from their setbacks and fail to take anything really meaningful away from the experience. They tend to think it's just bad luck or was not my fault at all, it's no big deals. Their setbacks don't push them forward or drive their growth. They remain stagnant. And there's the people who fail backward. These individuals are deeply affected by their mistakes or career setback, often feeling devastated or defeated. Instead of using the experience as a learning opportunity, they allow it to push them backward and stalling their progress. Failure is a very powerful teacher that strengthens your resilience and adaptability, paving the way for continuous improvement and better solutions. By viewing failure as a stepping stone, it boosts your confidence, reduces the fear of risk-taking, and really fosters creativity and innovations. Each misstep is an opportunity to grow and unlock your potential. Obviously, you need to change your mindset. We're not at school anymore, so you absolutely need to have fail forward to move forward attitude for any failure, mistakes, setbacks that happen to you in your career. Okay, now, how do you do this? You need to have a discussion with your manager during your next one-on-one to understand their perspective on failures and making mistakes. This conversation will help you to gauge whether you operate in a safe environment where team members feel comfortable sharing their failures without any fear or any judgments. If that's not the case, you may need to coach your managers on the merit of safe environment for sharing failures, because this will ultimately impact your team performance, level of creativity and innovation, and even the competitiveness of your team. Don't be afraid of taking risk when working on a project or a task. Recognize that mistakes are part of the learning process, especially when you're trying something new. However, you need to make sure that you clearly define what constitutes an acceptable risk and failures within the context of the project or the task beforehand. Here's the important part. As soon as you realize that you have made a mistake or something is not going well, be proactive and vocal about it with your managers. Managers typically dislike surprises and learning about issues when it's too late. Share the information as soon as possible so that they can help you to correct the situations and prevent it from worsening. Hiding mistake is the worst thing you can do. At one point for sure, it will come to light, impact your performance and credibility, and even prevent you from learning. So instead, fail forward and communicate openly as soon as possible. Make sure you reflect on your experiences and that you document it. If something doesn't go as planned, take the time to hold a constructive review to analyze what went wrong, why it went wrong, and focus on identifying the key takeaways and how they can be applied in the futures. You can go download the form to capture your fail forward items in the training page. Because learning and documenting your struggle is very, very important as you progress in your career. Doing so will show that you have confidence, maturity, and that you learn from your mistakes and not afraid of taking risk. Remember, the goal is to learn and grow from every experiences, even the ones that don't go as planned. By applying the fail forward to move forward concept, you will have a growth mindset of continuous learning and improvement, and ultimately will lead to greater success and performance. I want to say a big thank you to you, and I'll see you in the next training session.